Jehovah Witness, God's going forward today on this January 5th of 2005. The Father, your Father, and the world Father that communicates through miracle messages at this year of 2025. It continues, God, that you must continue to pass the message of bullying. Our God, our Father loves you in the world, so he's spinning miracle messages and we get them right here, your God says. That's the King's voice. Those who are barely coming to it or first time, God says, I made him the King voice to let you know that he has passion and he feels my passion and he feels the love and everything that comes from heaven. It's power of God. It's not just him making up things or trying to be popular. I made him the star, as bright as the night as it is. Jesus was born, God said. But I tell you, the three enemies are still working and still bullying around the world. It doesn't matter where they are. They'll be here next month, next week, maybe tomorrow, God said. I'm sorry I didn't give you the eyes to let you see them, but I have had many come and take you out and let you see them right quick, God says. But I tell you right now, I'll make it up to you. You'll be a supreme spirit of God with force of a punch that they won't even imagine, God said. I work in mysterious ways, your Father, Jehovah, and you prayed and I answered, God said. You prayed and I answered in 2024, and now it's 2025, a new year. I'm with you, your Father says. Your God is your Father. The term of God is over, God said. It's Father. I didn't adopt you. I'm your father. I'm your father. A father like if you were born out of your mother's womb that married your mother or however it is. I'm your father. Your parents are just borrowed, God says. As you were a kid. Where do you think you'd come if you passed away as a kid, God said? With your father. I take care of those who have passed away in a young age and now or whatever your age is. God said, I am your Father, Jehovah Witness, and continue passing the message. Tomorrow will be a new beginning because the three dumb idiots are at work at all times. They don't stop, God says. They are never going to stop. It doesn't matter. They say multiple times that they'll stop through many years and generations, but they never have, and God knows 100% they won't stop. I'll send them to the grave, eternal fire, where I won't see them, your God says. That's where they'll be at. They'll still whittle around in their nasty face bodies, God said. They make fun of everyone, God said. That's why I have now the privilege to make fun of them. I waited years and years to respect them. And now with their poop face, God says, with their poop face, with their ways of stupidity and dumbness, I now have the authority to say what I know what they are, God says. It's time. It's that year. I waited. But they picked on my kids, God said. You are my adult children of God and your families. It's now time to tell you that they don't stop and you won't stop running the streets with your crosses and your Bibles and the knowledge you give them today, your generation after generation. They don't like knowledge. They don't like the Bible. They don't like the Quran. They want you suffering, fighting against each other, God said. And they start with bullying, Father says. I didn't adopt you. God says, your Father says, you are my spiritual spirits, God said, my supreme spirits. Germany, Russia, God says, Jehovah Witness. But I tell you, tomorrow you continue passing the message. Your God is your Father is telling the truth. I tell you, I work in mysterious ways. My King doesn't bluff. He works with the truth, God says. I am your Father. I belong to everyone. You belong to me. I put you in your mother's womb. You weren't just born and created. I did that, your God says. I did that in mysterious ways. That's how you're born in mysterious. You'll never discover it, God said, until you become a supreme spirit. I tell you, I'll make it up, and I'll tell you, you'll have a force that you could pound the three dummy idiots, God said. It's time to accept revenge in an education way, President of the United States. It's time. It's time to accept revenge because I don't like my adult children being messed with, and especially bullying my younger ones, God said. We'll stop there.